and welcome back to another BL podcast with your host, Tiffany and
Saray.
Swadika, annyeonghaseyo, konnichiwa, ni hao.
Your BL podcast where we welcome all she's, he's, theys, and gays, and we can't wait to talk to you about anything and everything BL. Hi guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're a first-time viewer. This week's episode is really fun. We did a cool challenge with each other where we assigned each other a show, and then individually we each got to choose our own country to recast each character in that show as. So I hope you guys have as much fun as we did going through this and choosing each character, and I hope you guys enjoy. Are we ready?
Yes, you got this.
Okay, so for my show, I had Love in the Air, and I chose Korea as my country to recast it for. And for my first character of Rain was my first character I did. I chose Park Jae-chan, which is from Semantic Error, and he plays Sang-woo. Because I think he'd be a very good Rain, and I would love to see him in like a more adult role because I think he could really pull it off with like his acting. And for Payu as his partner, I chose Im Ji-sub, which is Jae Wong from The Eighth Sense, because he would be very good like pairing, and I feel like he has the acting to be seductive and domineering, like control and teasing, you know what I mean? Like a sexy way.
Is he also gonna have long hair?
Yeah, he needs some long hair. Yeah.
I can totally see them together.
Right? They would do so good. I'm biased because I made this list, but I want this show to be real because I feel like this would overwhelm everybody's senses. It overwhelms me just looking at my list.
That's such a good one. Oh my god, I would have never came up with that.
You see, I didn't do pairs, so I did individual people. So these are all going to be new couples. Oh, and the next couple, Sky and Pripai, those were the only like two that I couldn't narrow all the way down, so they each have two possibilities when we get there.
Okay.
But yeah, so my first couple is Rain and Payu, and I chose Jae-chan and Ji-sub.
Okay, mine. You chose for me. A very, very, very hard show. So my first one is Tom.
We both chose.
Yeah.
We both chose Jae-chan.
Oh my god! I didn't think you were gonna choose it. But I also didn't know what country you were going for either. But
he'd play like a cutesy role really well, and I'd be interested to see how he plays Parm's PTSD. I think he'd be really good at it. That's
another reason why I picked him. I want to see how he would portray the whole PTSD, the whole like the trauma,
like, memories. Things. Yeah.
I personally stayed with his partner because
it's okay. We both did it different like ways. It's fun. It's cool.
Yes, I actually stayed with his partner for the reason is because the height is one of the main factors, and you have to find someone as tall or taller than Tom's character. So I picked him because they're already so cute together, chemistry. They don't have to do that much workshop. I miss them so much. I was I need them to
is it Seoham? How do you say his name? Seoham?
Seoham?
Yeah, is that how you say it?
Yes.
For him, I think he'd be a really good dean because I feel like he'd be good at being like stoic, but he's really good at like conveying emotions with his eyes. So he wouldn't have to say much to like show it. And that's like that's what Dean's character kind of is.
Yes. And then now I have In Touch. So of course his name is, I don't know how to say this. Okay, Jinko?
Yeah, Jinu.
So I picked him because literally he has that feeling that Cool Art had.
He has the same like physical vibe, like physique vibe as him.
And then he's so good at crying too.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, if I see him crying, I will help him. I will be his protector. I will 100% be on his side. Then there's his partner. I literally kept everyone's partner.
It's okay.
Everyone's partner. Lee Kung-hui. He also fits very much like the corn aesthetic that
their previous like their relationship in Cherry Blossom After Winter has the same like longing but slightly tortured feel as in
Yes.
touch and corn. So like I feel like they'd be able to pull it off because they're like as us as audience and them as actors have already kind of at least like dipped a toe into that vibe.
Mm. But then I was very hard for me to do this pairing because I would know that they would die.
Aw.
I was like, do I want to kill them off? I don't want to do that to myself. I don't. I don't know how I would deal with that. But I feel like, and then I was like, that slap scene. I was like, I don't want him to get slaps.
Mhm.
But like that had to happen. It had to happen. It had to be them because I feel like
Mhm.
like you said, they already had the experience
Mhm.
of it before. It's just a little bit more extreme.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I picked them.
My second couple was Sky and Prepie, and for Sky, I had two two choices. So the first one was Woo Hyung, which was Hyojun from To My Star,
Oh my god.
because I feel like he'd be really good at playing a tortured character, you know. And then
Mhm.
my second one, which I think I prefer better, but like I didn't want to take my boy Woo Young off the list because he is an incredible actor. So I kept him on here. But I think I prefer this one as Sky better. And that's Hong Kyun, who plays Hyun Min in A Distant Place. He's also in Weak Hero Class, if you saw that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's Byom or whatever his name is that turns on them. Uh, but yeah, he's such a good actor. I feel like he'd play a very good Sky. And Pre-Pie, I have two, and I couldn't really choose. So this one I don't have a favorite. I just couldn't choose. And the first option is Lee Jae Bin, who plays Choco or Taco from Taco Milkshake. He would be playing a different role because he plays like a super cute puppy in Taco Milkshake, but if you look up like interviews or like pictures of him, he has that playful, seductive, teasy atmosphere about him. He can do that, and I'd love to see him switch and play a completely different character that I know he could play really well. And
Ooh,
then my second choice, or the second option is Ji Wong, which is Hojun from Roommates of Poonduck and in Kissable Lips. But I think he would be very good at also being like teasy and in control and like playful.
I feel like he is a very he's a person that will take control.
Yeah, he's a very he could play a very powerful character, which Pie kind of needs to have, because he's supposed to be like a CEO or a business person. So, yeah, they each had two different characters, but I think either one of those characters could play that part very well.
I can totally see it though. I give you A+.
Yours as well.
Thank you. I tried. I
I'm not sure wishes would be harder. Like yours or mine would be harder because you stuck with like pairings that had to fit this role, Like
Mhm.
both partners kind of had to have the vibe. So yours
Yeah.
is hard too.
Oh, the struggle.
Oh, look who's next on yours.
I was waiting for you to see it. Oh my god. Don't have him on my thing. I can't. So, of course, we have Team and Win. Team is Young Sebin. And then we have Win as Kim Ji-woong.
They would play this so well.
It
He would
plays
be such a good team. Oh my gosh.
yes. And then the fact that they've already had these colors hair before.
Uh-huh.
I Can we just talk about Ji-woong and his blonde hair era? I was like,
Yeah.
and now if he was Win, he would have long blonde hair, like
They
picked
give him some tats and some piercings. Ooh.
God, he's so perfect for this character.
Hmm.
And then the Seven, of course. I think he's just perfect in general. Like I feel like if
Yep.
they're ever in a show together, it's just amazing.
Yeah. They
And I
have
feel
so much chemistry.
yes. And they fit so well, and then
Mhm.
Seven just happens to fit team as well, super well.
Yeah, he does. Now that I like think about it. My first supporting role was Safai, which is Payu's twin. And
Mhm.
for him I did Han Ji Chan, which is Taejun from Where Your Eyes Linger. So
Mm.
I think I mean, I tried to fit like physique wise so that they would kind of look similar. But I also feel like I feel like he could play like Hayu's twin is a very playful guy, but he's also supposed to be kind of like, because he's a mechanic, you know? So he's kind of gritty, but he's supposed to be like a playful, because Hayu's playful. I think he could play that role very well.
Okay.
My next one is Plurn, who's going to play that, which is Prepai's little brother, who's supposed to be like a sassy, confident, almost playboy. And I chose Kim Joo Hyung, which is Han Ji Woo from All the Liquors, because he
Cool.
could play this role. He could eat this role up of a confident, sassy playboy. I know he could. I have so much confidence in this boy, and yes, I loved him in All the Liquors, and he's so cute.
Okay, and then for me, this was a little bit difficult for me. This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, who is gonna be good enough to be
Minao?
Minao? Yeah, Minao's character. Have you ever seen the Devil's Jury?
That had like Jin Wong from GOT7.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
You know the little sister?
Yeah.
I wanted to pick her for Madao.
Okay.
So her name is Jung Un Che?
Yeah. Jung Un Che, something like that.
Okay. So I picked her because I feel like she was super sassy. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just love her.
So lovable.
Yes. That I don't want to see her walk. I want to see her walk so bad. I was like, we have to do this. I also feel like she also has a little bit of the vibe of Sammy as well.
Yeah.
And then for Pruk?
Yeah, I think it's Pruk.
Pruk, I put Kim Hee Woong. He was also, I forgot what he was in. He was also in a BL because he had the same kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I need to find faces that look like they could be related.
Yeah.
Cherry Blossoms. He's also in Cherry Blossom.
Okay.
I think he matches well with Supam. I think they look like a family.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go next.
So my next one is, I think you'd say Fan with the PH, but Fan, which is Prepai's little sister, who's like the same as the whole family, sassy, confident, like, you know, for her, I chose Nam Kyu Hee, which was Lee Kang-hee in The New Employee. She's so pretty. I chose her as the little sister because she has like a very outgoing and bubbly personality in that show, and I think she'd be really good Prepai's little sister. Okay.
I can see it though. I can see it.
Yeah. And then for the next character, he's a big gun one character. He's Gun. I felt bad giving anybody this character because he's such a terrible character, you know? But I chose Kim Seong-hyuk, who plays Milk in Choco Milkshake. Because I think I know he plays like such a lovable, perfect representation of a cat in that show. But I think he could play an evil, sadistic character really well. He has that look in his face that I know that he could do it. So I chose him for Gun.
Like, I hate to say that he looks so good for Gun's
you
character.
You can see it, right? He would totally rock an evil character.
But I don't want to be evil. I want him to stay cute.
But him as a confident, like, evil character, not that Gun is a great character at all. He gets the shit beat out of him. But he would be such a good Gun.
What I was thinking when I was picking Soren and Sin, similar sized couples, roughly the same size or height as Dean's character. Who am I picking? What am I looking for? How am I gonna get there? So I picked to my stars, both characters. So
he'd be a perfect Soren. Yeonjun, I know that I also picked him. I'm gonna steal him, but he would be a very good Soren.
So I picked it on likeness. So Soren would be Kang Se-jun, and Sin would be Han Ji-woon. Sin.
Without the wig, right?
Maybe his hair grown out a little bit.
Okay. You're not gonna make our poor baby wear that wig.
No, no wig, maybe hair extensions if we have to. But I can totally see just a little bit of growth, like maybe
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like a Big Bang type A of style, and then I don't know. But I feel like they would fit so well. I believe Sin is supposed to be related to Ham's character, I believe. So I kind of wanted to base them off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of my logics as well. I'm
It's like his cousin or something, isn't it?
yeah, like they're cousins.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also miss To My Star a little bit more.
Same. Same.
Okay, your turn.
My next one is, I don't really know how to say this. Is it Anon or A- A- Aun or
On
On? Yeah,
on.
the mechanic.
Mhm.
That's at Payu's shop. I
Yes.
needed somebody who like maybe could look a little bit older, but also was like a really funny kind of comedy character. So I chose Song Seong Kyun, which plays Seon Ho in Oh My Assistant, because he was so good in that, and I feel like he just has like the same kind of vibe as the original guy that plays his character. Um, and he's really good at being like, I'm not gonna narrow him down to only comedic relief, but he has really good comedic timing.
Mhm.
So I chose him for this because it needs to be a little bit of a comedic role.
Yes.
Your turn.
Okay. So I have Dawn and Dell, and I picked for Dawn, I put Park Solman, and then for Dell, I put Park Ji-hoon. They're from All of Us Are Dead.
Mm-hmm. I
They,
knew the guy, but I couldn't figure out where I knew the girl from.
yes, they're. I think they're both from All of Us Are Dead. They're not the couples. They're friends. They're like friends.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they also have very similar styles to Dean.
Yes.
So another reason why I picked them, they have the vibe, and I kind of want to see her fangirling.
I absolutely love him as Don too. Like your
Right?
picks are really good. I thought we were originally like doing only BL actor and actresses. So all of mine are only people that are in BLs.
I couldn't find anyone that would match like Dean's character as siblings. Because everyone's either too pale or like bright eyes.
Just not quite right.
Yes, and I was like, we're in Korea. Let's be real here. They're not they're not in BL. They're not the BL side. They're just like the siblings. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I deserve this after struggling. I want to see her and I keep calling her Sammy. Minao.
Oh
Fangirl.
yeah.
Oh my god, I can only imagine that. And then your next.
My next one is Sig, and that's Rain's classmate. He's the one who's like the really funny one, and in the special episode, he's the one that tells Caillou and Pripai where they went.
Yes.
Remember which one I'm talking about? Okay, so for this character, I needed somebody that could be over the top, drama king, like comedy to 100%. And like be likable. So I chose Go Woo Jin, who was Shinwoon in Light on Me, or
Yes.
Shiwoon in Light on Me,
I can
because that's the
totally see
exact same
that.
character, just different font. It is the same character but different font. So he would embody this role. You can go.
Okay.
I love this slide.
Thank you.
These both fit perfectly.
God, the struggle was for real for these two. I was like, because like, okay, if I picked anyone besides Youngjun,
Mm-hmm.
so let me back up a bit. So we got Mew. He's part of the swim team. He's played by Yaya. I picked Yu Jun. One reason is because Color Rush.
Mm-hmm.
But potentially, if it gets recasted into the other one, into Between Us, he can still be there,
Yeah.
and then we would have Color Rush. So my brain was thinking ahead.
Yeah. You're planning for the future.
Yes. Do you want me to do my next one, or do you want to do yours?
I'll go.
Okay.
For my next one, it's Play, which is also Rain's classmate, but that's the girl that he had a crush on,
Yeah.
and that had a crush on Payu and like asked for his number and stuff. So I kind of needed just like the girl next door kind of type,
Yeah.
and so I chose Kim No Jin, who was Woo Ji-hye in Semantic Error. The
Yes.
guy that like had a crush, or the girl that had a crush on him, got her hopes destroyed. But I think she's a really good like girl next door, sweet kind of type, and
Yes.
I think she'd be really good for this role. They're kind of like, yeah, they have such a similar like feel to them.
And then back to mine. My last one that I casted, because I was gonna go in deeper, but I was like, I can't do this.
I love him. I'm so biased. I love this.
So I have Alex. He's the drama club president. He's also the boy that is trying to get with Tom, but ends up with Dell at the end. So I was like, who fits well with with Dell? And then I realized, let's just go back to All of Us Are Dead partner. And so Alex is Jung Cha Young. So yes, that is him. Alex is him.
I love it.
And your last one, I believe.
My last one is Som, which is Play's brother, who also has a crush on Payu and gets his heart, obliterated. And for him, I chose Holland from Oceans Like Me, because I feel like it could really fit, because Som was such like a Holland character. I don't know. It's like the same character that Holland plays in Oceans Like Me, just a little toned down. Yes. So I feel like it'd be perfect.
I can see that. I can really see that. And
they have a similar smile.
Yes, I was about to say their smiles are pretty similar.
But so they could be siblings.
Yes, I agree 100%. A+ for that one. You did really good with those smiles, though.
I loved each other's picks. They were so we only had 2 that were the same.
Yes, I believe it was just
To My Star and Semantic Error.
I was surprised we even picked Korea, the same thing.
I had no idea what country I wanted to pick. I couldn't pick Japan because I was already doing it. And I didn't want to pick Taiwan because I already gave that to you. So we were already going to do Taiwan. So then I was like, okay, I guess I could do China, I could do Korea, I could do the Philippines, I could do Thai. And I'm like, but Thai is like this, or I couldn't do Thai because it was already there. And I was like, I'm not super good at Philippines, so let's go Korea, because there are so many. Like in the last year, they've released so many BLs. It has like exploded in Korea, the BL industry. So now there's so many options to choose from.
So the reason I picked Korea, let me just give you a little bit of when I realized I had so many couples to work with, I was about to call you over text and be like, hey, I switched your characters to Kin Porch.
No, I would have been so mad at you. Oh my gosh.
Because I was so bitter. I was like, why do I have so many couples here?
I would have switched yours to like Love by Chance or something. That one has a lot of couples too.
Oh, never mind. I would have been dying on the floor, being like, I don't know what to do. No. I'm so glad you did.
But I'm happy we gave each other like, I think both of these shows were in like our top 3 of our top 5, I think.
I think so too.
If not our top 2. Like, so I think this was like my first or second, and I think Until We Meet Again was like your first or second.
Yes.
So I'm glad we did that. It was very fun doing this. It was so much fun doing picking all these roles.
I felt very accomplished because of this. I was like, man, I can do casting now. Someone better pick this up. We did your work for you.
I want to see this now. I'm so mad it doesn't exist. Like,
right?
We're geniuses. Why hasn't this been made?
Maybe we put it out there. Maybe they'll look at it and be like, "Oh, those are good options," and they can make.
Have you started the second challenge at all?
I've started. I have not finished it. I realized you finished yours, and I was like, "Dang, I'm behind."
Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything for next week, but do you know your show?
So,
should we tease our shows?
Yes.
Because we know we gave each other a country, we gave each other a country, but we got to each pick our show. And I don't know if it'd be kind of fun for at the end of the episode, that'll be our teaser. Is we'll tell each other our countries in our show, which was so hard to pick, by the way. A show was harder to pick than a country.
Really? Wow,
I
just
think
why was it so much harder though?
I didn't even know where to start.
What did I give you though?
You gave me Japan,
Give you Japan, and then you gave me Thai. Do
Taiwan.
you want to say what your show was?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. So I had the country, Japan, and my show that I chose is Three Will Be Free. I'm very excited because I feel like this show doesn't get a lot of promotion or like is talked about a lot. And it was like the first, if not the only, because I haven't really watched. Like I'm sure there's another one out there that I just haven't seen. But like out of all the shows I've seen, it's the only throuple that's like the main, like the show is about them.
Yeah.
And I loved it. So I'm very excited to promote it and to recast it.
Yes. Okay. So mine was Taiwan. When I was starting my list, I was like, how am I gonna do this? What am I gonna do? I looked at all the actors and I was like, I really could do this. I actually made kind of like two lists because I'm not too sure which one I wanted to finish.
Hmm.
I put Kin Porch because I
Okay.
wanted to challenge myself because I was already drowning in the other time. And I also did Color Rush.
Ooh, okay.
So I might end up being
Those
Color.
will both be really fun
Yes.
because there's a lot of shows with actors in it that have the same vibe and capacity to portray Kin Porch characters, which is hard, which is why Kin Porch is hard because it was really well done.
Yes.
And
Um,
then Color Rush is a great show, which would be fun to recast with new characters.
at first I was like thinking about it and I was like thinking about it. I was like, who can I put these characters as? And then I was instantly like, I remembered like you, and I was like, oh, he has to be in it. So he's in both. He's in both.
I'm so excited.
So yes, those are my
Mine is like it's the same as the one we did this week where I think I might have one that's a repeat and then the rest every single character is from a different show.
Nice.
So I had a lot to work with because I had a lot of Japanese shows. You could do something like and that's the end